So one of the parallels of youth is the idea that we have so much time ahead of us. There is so much ahead. There is so much that we can do. And right now, this moment sometimes matters a lot, or sometimes it really doesn't matter that much because there is so much ahead. Ultimately, though, there is no promised day. Each day truly can be our last. And we don't really think about that too much until we get to an age where we almost see the finish line. So once we start getting to a point where we're thinking about retirement, then we're like, oh man, there's actually an end to this. My body's telling me there's an end. My mind is telling me there's an end. My spirit is telling me there's an end. And we become much more acutely aware of the fragility, the limited nature of time. What we see in the Bible is that pursuing anything really is vanity, anything but God. So whether we are pursuing things like finances, whether we are pursuing things like success, or we are pursuing our profession, we're pursuing our family, all of these things ultimately are vanity. There is nothing new under the sun. So even when things seem like they're new, they're not. They're not as new as we think it is. There's actually nothing that is happening now that hasn't happened before. And sometimes we live like we're constantly in this new state of life, this new state of sin, this new state of opportunity, but there is nothing new under the sun. And so as the new year is coming to an end and we're thinking ahead, right? We're setting goals, we're setting accomplishments we want for the new year. Let us actually think about what has the propensity to last. Our life is but a vapor. No day is promised. What exactly do you hope to leave when you leave this earth? Is it going to be debt? Is it going to be belongings? Or is it going to be that your relationship with God, your pursuit of Him, ultimately made an impact for the people around you? That you shared the gift of salvation, that you shared your testimony, that you shared what you had, your finances, your resources, you were generous in the way you lived. There are so many opportunities that we have in the new year, and sometimes we live like there's so much time ahead, but truthfully, none of us know our last day. None of us know our last moment. And this is sobering sometimes to think about, right? And we push that aside until we have to think about it, until we're faced with illness, until we're faced with the likelihood of really significant loss. So, in setting new goals, in setting whatever accomplishments you hope to for the following year, how can we place God first? How can we put Him before all of those things? If we know there is nothing new under the sun and the pursuit of anything but God is vanity, how can I set up the new year in such a way that if I got 1 month, if I got 1 day, or if I never got to that day at all, I had set my heart and my mind on the things that mattered. I made a decision that I was going to this day serve the Lord, and I was going to do it wholeheartedly, not with two feet on different sides, not trying to straddle the world and straddle life, not trying to chase money, but kind of including God, but making a commitment this day, choose this day who you serve, and making a decision to actually walk that out, because who knows when we're going to stand before Him that day. And I don't know about you, but my plan is to say that I left this earth and I did everything you gave me opportunity to do. Every breath I took, I used it to praise the Lord. Every chance you provided me, I saw you turn it around for good and it created a witness to others. No matter what circumstances, no matter what difficulties that life brings us, let it always be an opportunity for us to lift the name of the Lord up so that one day we can stand before Him and say, I did it. I did as you asked, and I lived this life to the best of my capacity, and I have no regrets for how I served you here.